This is for the sled dogs in the trenches. Real hockey parents, real stories. The good and the gong show. No filters, no sugarcoating, no politics. Just straight hockey talk and the best guests around the barn. Welcome to the Crazy Hockey Dads podcast. All right, boys, grind them corners, chirp responsibly, and bring that savage fire.
All right, everybody, welcome back to a special edition of the Crazy Hockey Dads podcast, powered by Pacific Rink.
Can't forget Pacific Rink.
No, the unfiltered podcast for hockey parents. No politics, no sugarcoating, just real talk for hockey parents in the trenches.
In the trenches. See, no.
Wow, no, I almost died.
No, I thought you were fine.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, I was just confessing to Jamie how I'm pretty sure I don't have our intro memorized yet.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Really, it's all good.
No, I know it's all good.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out BJD, Big John Dangles.
Shout out to Big John Dangles, who does our awesome intro.
Every time I edit like our episodes together, I watch that fully at least twice.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, I love it.
It really is.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
It grows on you too.
And for anyone that is not familiar with their stuff, or is only listening to his stuff, or only listening to us on audio only.
How do you know he's a he?
Oh, well, because it says Big John.
True, but you don't know who's behind the scenes. Could be a female.
Okay. Yes, I reserve, or I will rephrase that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty like secretive.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Wow, you know some, maybe you know some things I don't. I was just going with the obvious that Big John Dangles was a dude, but I mean, perhaps you know something I don't.
No, it's like Kaiser Soze.
Okay.
Yeah, do you know the movie I'm talking about?
No, not even a little bit.
Kaiser Soze is.
No, but someone who is very mysterious, I'm sure.
Nobody knows who Kaiser Soze is.
Like I said, mysterious.
From the movie Usual Suspects.
Oh, but I've seen that movie.
Have?
I have. A long time
You've
ago.
seen that movie and you don't know the name Kaiser Soze because he's the main character.
Well,
Because Kaiser Soze.
you know,
They say it just like the guy in the hospital says it just like that.
okay.
Yeah. And nobody knows who Kaiser. So Kaiser Soze is like a mythical person, like disappears in the thin air, like nobody sees him. Everybody's heard about him.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of like with BJD.
Oh,
Nobody knows who he is.
okay. Well, if Mr. Mrs. BJD, I hope you will formally accept this as an apology if I have, misidentified you.
Well, yes, it's very appropriate to
Yeah,
this day and age.
I don't want to offend anyone.
That's right.
So, Jamie, thank you for making me think about this way too deeply.
Way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
I will never get that time back. In fact, I think we are all dumber having listened to you.
What was that from?
From a movie that I can't remember the name.
That last part was well done by you. That was from a movie. I can't think of it. I want to say like Billy Madison.
Could be, yeah. It could be. I was doing Billy Madison at the Mo Smile event with Anthony Lasoro.
Yes.
The shampoo is better. No, the conditioner is better. But I make the hair silky and smooth.
Yeah, whatever movie that was from, that was well done by you.
Yeah, thanks, dude. All right, so let's get back on track here.
Yeah, should we do our partners
BJD,
quickly?
Thank you. That was the bottom line. Thanks,
you,
Jamie.
BJD. Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
I am to please. So partners.
Yeah. Howie's Hockey.
Howie's Hockey.
Crazy 10.
Go check out Howie's Hockey Crazy 10. Go to Howie's Hockey and check out their tape, their laces, their gear.
There's t-shirts.
Their t-shirt. Scott has got the
Let's go.
faded light blue right now with the awesome Howie's Hockey logo that normally adorns my microphone. But I don't have it now since we are on location at Princeton University at Hobie Baker Rink in Princeton University. So I don't have them with me, but go check out their tape, their laces, the candle, Scott's favorite, the scissors, the yellow-handled scissors that everybody loves. They have great stuff. Like Scott's wearing the clothes. They have awesome stuff. They have like a blacked out hoodie that's insane. Highly recommend that. I'm looking forward to hopefully Mason sent those to us because they are awesome looking. They have some new hats. They have awesome stuff. So go check out Howie's Hockey. Use the discount code CRAZY10 for 10% off your Howie's Hockey gear.
That's it. And if you haven't hopped on to the hockeytraining.com website, you absolutely should to check out Coach Kevin's library of off-ice training videos for speed, strength, agility, stick handling. He's got a massive library on his website. There's also his Instagram, Hockey Training HQ, but I highly encourage anyone that's looking to get some different reps, new reps, additional reps in on anything you can do pretty much off ice, check out hockeytraining.com.
And then we have Titan Battle Gear. So like we always say, Scott and I trust our kids in Titan Battle Gear. It's the best protection out there in the market. It also looks the coolest for kids and adults, not just for kids. Adults wear it too. I mean, you beer league players, why not protect yourself? God forbid you get run over by a skate league, right? So go check it out, TitanBattleGear.com, or it's in our show notes, TitanBattleGear.com/crazyhockeydads. Use our discount code for 10% off. It's CrazyDads10. They have this new limited edition color. I call it the Bomb Pop. They call it Frozen Rocket. It's red, white, and blue. It's awesome. It looks like melting ice cream or melting like a melting Bomb Pop. So go check it out, TitanBattleGear.com. Use the code CrazyDads10 for 10% off your Titan Battle Gear.
That's what's up. And for any coaches, managers out there that are still looking at options for video review and team analytics, you should check out Athletic Performance Insight. Go to the contact form, fill it out, reach out to Eric. He'll be more than happy to give you a demo of the software, the platform, and probably tag a game for free, so you can see what the analytics and the interface looks like on the back end once you get all the data. But it's an amazing platform to teach your kids, game situation, individual, skills recap, whatever it might be. Everyone, teams all the way down to mites up to the college level use API. So check it out, athleticperformanceinsight.com.
$100 value.
Mention Crazy Hockey Dads, $100 value.
Right.
It's not just $100 value.
That's
You have
true.
to mention the Crazy Hockey
If you
Dads.
don't, no bueno.
No bueno. No.
Go mention Crazy
Oh,
Hockey Dads.
I hear a Zamboni.
You're 10% off. Here comes the Princeton Zamboni.
That's what's up.
So speaking, we are on location. You can probably see it better through Scott's camera.
Let's see if I'll pick this up.
We are sitting above Hobie Baker. If those of you who don't know, Hobie Baker is Princeton's ice rink. It is one of the most historic buildings probably in all of college hockey.
Now that Matthews is gone.
Yeah, especially now that Matthews is gone.
Yeah.
But it is an awesome barn to come check out for you people in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Maryland, Delaware area. Philadelphia, right? If you're in this area or even within like 2 hours of here, you should come here, check a game out when they start playing in October. Is a special building. Come hang out. If you don't want to drive home, there's hotels right here.
Stay downtown.
Stay downtown because Danny always pushes downtown.
Yo, you know what I was just thinking? I'm going to cut you off.
Tell me.
Do you think that the Philadelphia Flyers color choice has anything to do with the Princeton Tigers?
Wow. That's a very good question.
I know. If I don't say so
I guess
myself.
the question is, who came first? Obviously, Princeton University
before the
was
Flyers.
here long before the Flyers, right? Listen, they only
Close.
not knowing the distance. There has to be like an hour. God, what's the distance in here in Philly? God,
Not far.
An hour?
I
Maybe a little more.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Me neither, but it can't be far.
Well, like Cherry Hill's like 40 minutes, I think.
All right, so
Maybe we say probably like an
it
hour.
Can't be far.
Right, it's probably like an hour.
Maybe that had something to do with it. I'd actually be curious to.
So I was thinking Flyers jerseys would blend in here beautifily.
Listen, they're the exact same colors.
I know.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. You'd feel very at home if you were a Flyers fan.
You would feel
Yeah.
very comfortable walking into this building. Everything is orange and black and white. No, you're right, buddy. It is the Flyers colors.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty special building. I mean, I'm just kind of looking out the window down at the rink, and the Zamboni's kind of doing its rounds. And it's a very cool place.
Yeah. So this is my first time here, actually, believe it or not. And And I have to say, you know, so many people, my you know, other members of my family have been down here to like just hang out, do like a day trip, and you know, it lives up to the hype. You know how some things just don't live up to the hype?
I do.
Yeah, it certainly lives up to it. I mean, the campus is beautiful, town is quaint. There's like great options for food, you know, and it's been a great little getaway, I guess I could put it that way, because I actually made a video earlier, but I was just commenting on how we often talk about hanging up the skates for, you know, the spring and the summer. And no, dude, you and I, you've done it once before. I don't think I've ever done it, but like, you know, we generally talk about in the direction of it's better to hang them up and do other things than it is to do a rigorous like hockey schedule. I don't think either one of us have ever been in the camp of like do nothing, but
Right, agreed.
but I was reflecting on being here and just thinking to myself that, you know, look, Otto's here because he wants to be here, right? It wasn't something that we like put on him as like, hey dude, you know, you should do this. You know, I think we told him that Dominic was coming here. It's like, oh, I'll go. You know what I mean?
That doesn't
And so,
surprise me. They like hanging out with their buddies.
you know, 100%. But so part of it's also like he's down here because he wants to be. And the other part of it is just like we were able to make a day trip out of it. Your family's making a little more out of it. But the point is, like spring, summertime, especially summertime, like you can parlay some like really nice like family getaways with like, you know, one of your kids, like, or more than one of your kids in a hockey camp. And it's
a family
you know,
thing.
right. And so I think, you know, if you're looking for experiences like that, and hockey can kind of be that vehicle, you know, to an extent, so long as it's not like, you know, the 1 millionth time your kid's playing hockey in like, you know, the first week once they're out of school, like go for it. Right.
Yeah, I'm more along the lines of I'm not so much a spring hockey team person anymore.
Right.
I used to be when Dominic was younger. I was all about like putting on spring teams, right?
Yeah.
Now I think it's more about the experience, right? Like I don't mind sleepaway hockey camps or even hockey camps in general that that you have to kind of travel to, and you stay local in the area. Because like you said, it makes a family event out, right?
Absolutely.
So it makes memories,
Totally.
right? Whereas spring teams, you do all these tournaments. I don't think spring teams are very are good for development,
Right.
right? I don't think that's where you're going to find a ton of development.
There's a lot more selfish play. There's not enough time to like necessarily get like team practices and all that.
It's not on the kid's stick a lot, right? Like you do a camp, it's you're practicing, right? It's reps. There's a lot more stick on puck time in a camp than there is in a spring team.
Sure.
So I'm done with paying like big money for spring teams.
Yep.
Dominic used to be on like 10 spring teams.
Right.
Like those days have come and gone. This podcast has probably helped me turn that around. I would much rather do camps, especially at colleges, since Dominic gets kind of not there, but he's getting closer year by year, right? He's still only in 8th grade, so he had plenty of time, but it's an experience.
Yeah.
You're experiencing the college atmosphere.
Yeah.
That I think is cool.
And I also agree with that a lot. And in terms of, look, when you talk about the college experience, like now, look, families could do it when the kids are like even younger than ours, right? But like if you're going around with a family, you're on a college campus.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a campus that your kid has talked about. Maybe they want to, like maybe go there. Like you can go there and check it out in a way that's like, well before, you can cover a lot of ground. Yes. You can cover a lot of ground on different campuses. Obviously the kids' taste may change, right? But like, and also in university settings or in like towns.
Right.
You mute yourself, buddy?
No, I did.
Oh, good.
Just making sure that it's lit up.
It's not.
It's not.
No.
No, it's definitely not. Not really sure why it's not lit out. But it's working. But it's funny when you plug it in with the USB-C, it lights up.
Oh, maybe that's why.
XLR doesn't light up. No.
Oh, you know what? I know why. Because I bet you the USB is sending it power. But this must be sending it power too.
It has to be because I'm jumping here, so it's got to be.
Yeah, it's not plugged in. Wait, hold on, let me see.
Yeah, no. It's XLR.
Yeah, it's the XLR. Yeah.
But that's funny because normally I have a blue light here or a green light or whatever it comes.
I don't know, man.
It's working.
This might be the Scott show.
It's all that matters. It's all that matters, Abe. I'm pretty sure it's working.
It's Scott and a talking head.
We did test it before, and there was audio there, so we're good to go.
Okay, well.
And just so all of you know, we are upgrading our audio equipment. So we are trying new things. So just bear with us while we kind of work through all this audio video stuff. We are not audio video professionals. We're just kind of figuring out.
Yeah. Well, now that there's probably some people that didn't even notice anything, I appreciate you advising everyone that's listening now that there's stuff to look for.
Things may sound a little different here.
No, I'm joking around.
No, listen, it's hard to record inside, outside, on location, off location. You know, that's not easy.
Well, this whole thing's a learning experience. That's for sure.
It's not easy, by the way. Like, you and I are not like, we did not go to school for like audio video.
No. Nope.
There's a lot more that goes into this than just our pretty faces sitting here talking.
Oh, you are so complimentary.
I tell you.
You are, I knew I loved you for a reason. Just such a nice guy.
That's why you bring me around.
That's right. Okay.
But yeah, so right. So your first time here. So you like what you see?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The last thing I was going to say about my little college like touring talk was that also, around college campuses, like there's going to be restaurants, there's going to be some decent options in college towns, right? There should be, right? So in any event, I think it's like that's a great strategy to explore, like, the country, explore colleges, explore different, coaches and hockey environments, as long as you're not doing it like every week, pick a couple and cool, again, go for it.
But if you want to make a vacation out of it, like you guys went to Bled, you made a vacation out of it.
I will say that was
an experience.
But like, I will also say it was like an unbelievable experience.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you're going overseas, that's like a whole nother level, right?
Yeah.
But we went out to Penn State. We made like a little mini vacation.
Right.
In here, we're making like a mini vacation, right? Like, again, and you kind of show your kids kind of what the college-ish experience is like, just to kind of, again, far away from it, but just kind of get them in the groove. Like, see what it's like, stuff like that. Experience a campus, sleep in a dorm. Right. It's good to be away from mom and dad. I think that's huge.
Totally.
They got to brush their teeth, comb their hair, do all the stuff they need to do. Like, but when they get to be an adult, right?
Yeah.
I think it's good. And it's independent too. So the independence is huge for the kids.
Yeah, no, it's a good, I think it's a great experience. Great experience to be here. The coaching staff has been nothing but, friendly and supportive of like the staff of the pod. And, so it's great to be here. And, just like being in such a small environment, like it makes me want to like come see games here. It's, you know what I mean? Like you're just on top of the play and like you are so close, and it's got to be just unreal when this place is packed and it gets loud. It's got to be awesome.
Yes. There's really not a bad seat in the house. Behind me, if you guys could see right.
No, I don't think so. I'm really
it's kind of like over there. This is like the upper section, where, but everywhere else down around the rink, like there's not a bad seat in the house. Like it's really hard to go wrong with viewing in this place. I mean, Scott pointed out the max occupancy before, right? I mean,
oh yeah, it was like 2,500, 2,300, 2,500.
And this place gets loud because you are right on top of the ice.
Right.
There's let me see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 7 rows in each section, so again, like you're on top of the ice.
Yeah.
And when this place, if you come for like Dartmouth, right, or something like that, or like Harvard,
it's tremendous.
Oh, this place is rocking.
Yes.
Yeah, cool place. If you guys have not been down here, you got to come check out a game. Come bring your kid to a camp. Coach Sire and his staff, from what we could tell, run a very cool, tight ship. This program is heading in the right directions. Not like, I don't want to say it was heading in the wrong directions before Coach Sire took over, but he seems to have this thing kind of humming a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's great energy. I mean, again, I'm not familiar, like with the program as much as you are prior to this now, but it's like I'm sure that that being a university that has very, they're very selective in the Ivies, and just like they're bringing in great kids, and I have to believe, some of that, just I don't know, like some of it's got to be infectious, right? And the way people carry themselves around here is just first class. Yeah, no, it's a really impressive place. I'm thrilled that they decided to kind of do some stuff with us. It's gonna be really good.
listen, we're a New Jersey-based podcast, New Jersey-based hockey podcast. They are the D1 hockey team of the state. Made perfect sense to do it.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys could probably expect a lot more stuff from us, and Princeton together, because it's just it works.
Yeah, no, it's great to be able to support the local state, like you were saying. So, yeah, no, for sure. So, I think, as far as today goes, right? So part of what we're doing here is getting some footage, some content from like a little bit of behind the scenes stuff, make some more introductions, get to know some of the staff a little bit more. We'll do some interviews.
Yep.
Still a little bit TBD on who's the final list is going to be, but we're going to get some interviews, learn a bit more about like the summer programming, what that's like for, from the coach's perspective, and like the pros and cons of all that stuff, because we obviously talk about summer and spring and programs, and just kind of want to hear from a coach's perspective, like what's their angle on it, right? Like what do they hope the kids take away from their week here? We're going to hopefully, I spoke to Shane Talarico yesterday, one of the assistant coaches, obviously our buddy Connor Jones, friend of the pod, him and his brother, he's here. His brother's obviously up in Massachusetts, but we're going to see who we can get. Yeah. So it sounds like there's a game getting started behind us.
Something's going on.
There's something brewing on the rink.
Awesome on Hobie, that's on Hobie Baker Rink.
Yeah.
So
So let's take a moment. We'll watch some of this game, and we'll circle back, with the next portion of the episode.
All right,
my guy.
Soon.
See you. And here's where we pick up with assistant coach Shane Talarico of Princeton University.
Here we go. But it's cool. It's cool how people put their coaching staff together, and you see the coaching trees and who worked who.
That's like a hard thing to get into, I'm assuming, huh? Like if you're kind of on the outside, it feels like it's it's a very close. What? I know I did hit record. Yeah.
I didn't realize. Even better.
No, but the is it hard to get into to break in the door of some kind of click, if you will? I don't know what the right way of putting it is, but it seems like people stick to those that are tried and true in their network.
Yeah, I think it's a great question, because I think about it a lot now too, especially my path, especially being a Division III guy. And I'll be on the road, or I go work at camp, and there'll be times a Division III guy will ask me how do I get in?
Yeah.
And I look at myself, I was very lucky and fortunate to, how would I say, get my foot in the door.
Sure. Yeah, I know exactly.
So what my process was I was finishing up my master's.
Okay.
And
where was this?
This was at SUNY Potsdam.
Okay.
And they had
You played D3 there, right?
Yeah, and there was a master's program where it was a year to year. So I'm going into my final summer and trying to figure out what I'm doing. And I'm still not applying for teaching jobs. I better figure it out quick. And then I went and worked some camps, and it all started with my head coach in college at the time. And he's like, you should maybe look into getting into coaching.
Okay.
And
sorry to interrupt your story, but just out of curiosity, what was it? What did he see in you that he was like, you should consider getting into coaching? Had you expressed that interest to him separately, or there was something about just your head for the game, your passion, anything about that he saw in you?
I honestly, he came to me.
Okay.
I'll never forget it. It was the beginning of a practice.
Okay.
And he said it to me, and I was I took it in.
Mm-hmm.
But I would think maybe from the culture standpoint of the team, that's always been important to me.
Okay.
Even whether it was youth hockey, juniors into college, being a great teammate was always important, and it's huge in college.
Yeah, sure.
Culture and identity are tied together.
Right.
The identity piece is your production that everybody sees. So I think that was part of it, and I think just my love for the game.
Yep.
Of always being around the rink, even it was the D3 level, but I had a teammate, Dylan Vander Esch, that he could have been a guy maybe that you'd say slipped through the cracks. That he should have been a Division I hockey player.
Right.
Ended up
found for whatever reason.
Yeah, ended up playing for the Everblades and winning a championship there, and he played for a while.
Okay.
So I think those two things maybe stand out. Never really asked him.
Right. Okay.
But it got me thinking.
Sure.
And then you go work camps, and then there's other coaches there, and then they bring it up, and they're like, "Is this something you would do?" And yeah, I did a couple interviews, and one of my student teachers that I finished up with while doing my master's called me and was like, "Hey, this junior team's looking for a coach." And I went for an interview, and they offered me a position where I'd be an assistant on the top team and the head coach of the second team.
Okay.
I couldn't have asked for a better job.
Really?
Because you're literally recruiting, filling your own team, so you're like a general manager.
Right.
Okay.
And then you have to win with that team.
Right. Right.
Difficult to fill those rosters, by the way.
Yeah, because then the money's playing into
I was
it
just
too.
gonna
Okay.
say, 'cause, yeah.
So, go ahead.
I was just curious, what was that like, filling your own roster? Like, was that hard?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah,
Like, I say this day, it was the hardest job I've ever had.
Yeah. How do you find kids? Like, what was like I mean, you just kind of
Yeah.
Well,
like
and part of this, just for a little context, like what junior team was this? Like,
Yeah.
where were you? Where were you set up? Where was the location?
So it's changed now since then. So like, I played in the EJ
Okay.
okay.
in juniors.
Yep.
And then they changed it where it was like the USPHL Premier and Elite. And then right when I left to go to Division III, they changed it to the NCDC.
Okay.
So it's a
Right.
lot different. Like when I played in the EJ, I think there was like 12 teams. And you'd have so many Division I guys on like each team. Like there was guys leaving that league to go play Division I hockey.
Right. Sure.
So like when I was there in Syracuse, like you're helping fill the premier team, the elite team, the U18 team, the U16 team.
Oh.
So you're going through tryouts.
Yeah.
You're going to camps. You're going to big showcases from the recruiting process, and you're making calls.
Wow.
Find kids to put on the roster.
Yeah, every day.
Nonstop.
So, but like I said, it was an unbelievable learning experience. Looking back, like the older you get, you appreciate it even more.
Right.
And then that connection there helped me when I got to Skidmore College,
Okay.
which I was very fortunate because it was my first college job.
Yeah.
And being in Saratoga Springs, New York isn't a bad thing for
No,
2
it's
years.
not.
No.
Yeah. So like it was, Rob Hutchinson is still there. He was an alum,
Okay.
and the prior assistants there helped put me in an opportunity to be successful as a recruiter.
Right.
And you just had to work at it. And, Hutch and I, like, we had a great working relationship, and, it was an unbelievable experience.
Yeah. Kind of cut your teeth and like,
Yeah.
coacher, and that led you to Cornell. Like, so how many years did you do at Skidmore?
So I was at Syracuse for 2,
Okay.
Skidmore for 2,
Okay.
Yep.
and then I went to Cornell after that.
To Cornell. That's
Wow.
not a bad path. Not a
No,
bad path.
and just as you were sharing it, so part of this kind of stems back. Maybe there's more to the story, but it goes back to this: the one person that you were finishing up like school with, who said, "I know of a junior team that's
Yeah.
looking for a coach." Like that would just like right place, right time, and like from there, it's like you're off.
Literally called me and was like, "Hey, I can get you an interview on a Wednesday."
And this person knew you were looking for a position.
yeah, he was
Okay,
he
got
was
it.
a teacher.
Yep.
His son just got done playing juniors there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So another hockey dad.
Yep.
Wow.
Sounds
That's
about right,
that's unreal.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
And I think it was like a week process.
Is that all?
I
it
just
was?
have-
Yeah, I went there and like I did an interview, and they laid it out on what the responsibilities would be, like what everything like that. And
yep.
they were like, "Hey, once you finish up school," I think I was done like August 1 or something, and I moved to Syracuse.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like at that point, did you believe like I'm at the beginning of my career right now?
Yeah.
Like was that clear to you at that point, or like you were just kind of testing the waters to see if it was something that you might want to do?
100%. I was like, legit. I told myself I'll give myself 5 years.
5 years. All right.
To like get it done.
Yeah,
Get to where you need to.
at the max 5 years. And I'll be honest with you, when I went to Skidmore, so that was my 3rd year, I didn't even think or consider the Division I level.
Really?
I didn't even, just didn't know.
What was the goal? If your 5 years to do what? To
At
get better?
that point, I
Yeah.
wanted to be a Division III head coach.
Okay.
So you wanted to
So
stay
I-
at D3 but be ahead.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Any specific school we had kind of in mind that was at the top of the hill?
No, not really.
Okay.
But when it was just such a small sample at the time, and I'm like, all right, this is what my goal, like, this is what
You want to be a head coach.
I want to strive for. I love college. I know that.
Right.
I want to be in college. I want to stay in college.
Right.
And then I went down to the coaching convention. My first year, hot shit Skidmore pushed me to go down and do that. And that changed everything for me.
Okay.
Is that the same place? That's still like Tampa. Is that the same place every
Yeah,
year?
Naples.
Naples. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I knew it was somewhere down there. So it's the same place every year.
Yeah. And they give out an award for the assistant coach of the year award.
Oh, wow.
On every level, D1, D3, or just on just one period?
Yeah, D1.
D1.
Actually, I think D3 guys as well.
Do they? Is that the one Jason Tapp just won recently?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. Good
So
for you.
believe it or not, I sat down, I went there. I didn't know a lot of people. I shared a room with 2 other Division 3 guys.
Oh, you did?
And saved
Where were
money
they
from the
from?
budget. Max Mobley from Hamilton. He's now at Canisius.
They just won a title, the D3 title this match at Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just beat Hobart. I was at the game in Utica when they beat Hobart in overtime.
Yeah. So he was at Hamilton for a while.
Okay.
Mike Zanello was with us. He's an assistant at Union.
Okay.
So he was at Elmira at the time as an assistant.
Oh, okay.
So we were all in the same room and stuff. And
Funny.
what changed it for me is I went to the presentation that night, and the assistant coach of the year award went up there, and I listened to him talk, and I'm like, I want to do this.
You're like, I knew
Wow.
to D1 instead of D3.
Yeah, and believe it or not, it was Ben Sire.
No,
No way.
Oh, that's crazy.
How about
Crazy.
that?
Crazy.
And now you're working for him.
Worked with him and then worked for him.
Wow.
For him.
That's what. Right, you worked at Cornell, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. They all walked in together. I'll never forget it. Like from Shafe, they walked in with their wives and the now wives at the time, and I'm like, Toph was with them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is awesome. Like they're coming in together.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a D1 staff. Like,
Yeah, I got to up my standards just went up a whole nother.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, then you start researching other Division 1 assistants, and it's like, all right, maybe I can do this.
So who'd you
Sure.
look into? What other D1 assistants you look into?
Uh,
And are they heads now? Maybe not yet.
Jared DeMichael's always been around. I always look at guys that worked at There's a lot of guys that, whether they played D1 or D3, they worked Division 3.
Yeah.
Sean Flanagan,
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
right? He worked at Hobart. Jared DeMichael, I think, started out at school in Rochester area.
Okay.
It's not coming to me right now.
Yeah,
but-
RPI?
No, Division 3 school.
Oh, that's in Albany. Ah, okay. Okay.
But right here, not far.
Yeah. But that was a big thing. You started
Yeah.
seeing guys that they started out, like they got their starts at the Division 3 level.
Sure.
Right.
And you learn a ton there because it's usually the assistant and the head coach.
Right. There's less
You're-
resources,
you're-
less personnel.
Yeah, you're doing
Right.
everything. and-
More.
Exactly what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, a friend of the podcast, Alec Marsh, who was my son's coach down at the Rockets, and he ran the X Hockey Academy down there. Last year, he was the Hobart assistant. He got
Okay.
he got the Hobart job
Yeah.
under Sean Flanagan's uncle,
Yep.
who still runs the program.
Yeah.
What a wagon of a program he's got there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Clark's got an unbelievable program, and Alec. Normally, those D3 assistants
Yeah.
normally get
Yeah, there's a ton of
Division
them.
1 assistant coaching jobs, and Alec just got a job at Penn State, so now he's at Penn State.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a normal progression.
Williams is a big one.
Yes.
Williams has had a ton of guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
I feel like I've heard someone mention that also, specifically
heard that
about William. I've heard that before. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
it's pretty wild the path that not. It's funny we talk about the path that kids take
Yeah.
Yeah.
to like college, D1, D3, pro, whatever it is, or whatever their path
Yeah.
is. Right. It's funny to hear like the coaching path,
Yeah.
right? Let alone like the player path.
Yeah.
You know?
We actually talked about that in camp today, this morning.
Oh, you did?
I talked to
Oh, that's
exact thing
cool.
with the kids
Yeah.
because coaches are no different than the players.
Sure.
Exactly what you said. Like,
Yeah.
and I actually used myself as an example. I was like, if you go and research me, like my path is different than other coaches,
Right.
and it is what it is. Like that's part of it, and
Sure.
I'm no different than them.
Right.
And I had that conversation with like, you have to have like the tunnel and stay on that path
Right.
to be successful. And like sometimes things aren't going to go your way, but you have to find a way to keep going. right? And stick to your plan. Like
Yeah.
I talked about the huge and like the, your pillars and your values. Like they're young right now, but like you start to dive into that even more. And it's important as a coach because like, I think your values and your pillars is like the way you coach and what you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your family and your friends. Like, my circle's small.
Yeah.
I've had the same friends since elementary school. They're my biggest supporters, and I love that.
Right.
So, and I think that it sticks with you.
It does.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned earlier, just as your coaching path, and you at some point you knew that the collegiate level coaching was what you wanted.
Yeah.
In terms of like, what was it about collegiate like hockey that you knew that was where you wanted to be? Was it like from a career perspective? Was it just like the age group, a combination of both?
Yeah. I would say a combination of both. I think the age group for sure. Because it's different. Like I've worked these USA hockey camps the last couple of years. I think I'm like seven summers now.
Mm-hmm.
And we have those conversations, and it's different. There's definitely difference being a U15 coach versus a college coach.
Sure.
Right. It's not like the sense part of it. It's just like they're different stages and development. They're learning different things, and
Maturity levels are different.
yeah. And I think when you get to college, what I appreciate most is like, especially here, and especially how college is right now, is, I'll use last year's team for example. It was filled with great people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great leaders, and like, we talked about the finals, right? Like all I wanted was to see those guys win it.
Yeah.
Like the amount of work they put in, and just that bondness and stuff is, I think, what like it hits you and sticks with you. It's just different.
Right.
It also takes, which is probably why that team made it as far as they did. Right?
Yeah.
It's the character of the team. I mean, great teams can just do things that other teams can't.
Yeah, and you hear that a lot, and maybe at pro level for sure. But I feel like I've listened to more collegiate coaches talk about like culture and winning culture, and there's that, I think Carvel from Coach Carvel from UMass, has a like, I don't know if it's a famous one, but a good one on there, and just from like Princeton's perspective, and perhaps your own, like as you have like the turnover of players like from year over year, and just to maintain that consistency, right?
Yeah.
Like with all these different combinations of personalities, like what are some of the things that are most challenging about that? And on the flip side of that, like the rewarding piece.
Yeah. It's a great question. Well, I it's a little bit different for us because we the transfer deadline for us is March 1st.
Mm-hmm.
The transfer portal opened up April 13th. So we're one of few teams that really can't get a transfer.
Okay.
Done.
Right.
Done. Right.
And then the recruiting process, you get slots per year.
Yeah.
So our guys are here. So your incoming guys, we're bringing 6 guys.
Right, on the bottom, there's no turnover on it.
There's no turnover.
Right, so that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, huge difference. So like
right,
the development piece and like
right.
the culture is even more here, right? Because you're not having a guy leave halfway through the year at the end of the season, and maybe adding a guy like couple teams are adding guys right now for next year.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
So it's
That's
definitely
interesting.
different for us.
Yeah, that in a good way.
In a great way.
I would think. I mean, but then on the downside, you're missing from portal opportunities. But I know that's like also a somewhat different conversation with the Ivies to some extent. But yeah, it's really interesting. Just on the collegiate level, and then as far as like the expectations, like, from yourself on like the upperclassmen, right? And like we're talking right now about having, 6 inbounds. What's the expectation of the upperclassmen in terms of taking these kids in, teaching them the culture? Like, is that something that you lean, like the coaching staff leans heavily on the student athletes for, or is that something that's like coming more from the coaches?
Yeah, like the players protect the culture.
Yeah.
Right. And, that process has already started.
Okay.
And that's another thing I believe that helps us, because the players know who's committed. the players are involved in the recruiting process. Like when they're on campus, like the players are, when they're here, are around the guys just as much as we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like on an official visit.
Right.
And it's huge because you really tell if that guy's going to fit in.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And
If they're meshing with the kid, with the players.
yeah, and like you want to stick to that process of like, we don't want good kids, we want great kids.
Yep.
And guys that are going to fit in here, want to be here, and they're more worried about the other guys in the locker room than themselves.
Right.
Right. And what's nice is like, you know, before you know it here, guys will be here mid-August. Right. And then the newer guys get to see the campus. They've already seen it, but
Now it's theirs.
now the
Or they're
older
part
guys
of
get
it.
to take them and
Yeah, and show them the ropes and
Yeah.
under their wing, and I bet you guys have a lot of leaders in that locker room.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like kids that want to come here are just
They're
kids that are built a little different.
cut from a cylinder of a different cloth.
Yeah, exactly.
I would think.
So I bet you guys have a lot of. I bet you leadership is not an issue, you know, in this place.
Yeah.
Is that an accurate statement?
I think it's accurate.
Yeah.
I think the saying is Princeton takes care of Princeton people. Right. And the thing that I love that you hear all the time, whether the guys are older now or the freshmen, they always talk about like when they finally step in the room when we go to start, they don't feel like freshmen.
Right. They feel like they've been there.
Right. Cause
Right.
like, and the way the roster shakes out, like we need those guys to put on jerseys and make an impact.
Yeah.
Where like everybody on the roster has a role, and we need those guys to excel at their role
Right. Right.
on Friday and Saturday nights.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's special.
Yeah.
We have like the old traditional college way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. It's true. And especially with things changing around you so much as far as recruiting and stuff like that goes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of nice, you know, that you guys kind of always stay the same and kind of at same core values and same things.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that, speaking of the change, is it difficult to bring kids in because you guys don't really use the portal and you guys are, you know, is it hard to recruit for the IDs? I guess you find it hard to compete with like the Notre Dames, the Michigans of the world. Is that the BCs used? Has it been difficult?
I think it's fun.
You do?
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think it's fun because like it's a competitive school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all like-minded guys. They want to be like, they don't want to work at a business. They want to run the business. They want
right.
to be CEOs,
Right.
and they're competitive at everything they do.
Yeah.
And whether it's an on ice or an off ice activity, and that's what makes it fun. And they push one another.
Yeah.
Like it's just another check on what's special about this place. And I think what makes it fun is it's exciting getting in battles with other schools.
Sure.
Oh,
And-
recruiting battles.
Yeah, and going for those guys, and
Yeah.
and it's such a special place here. And now going into my 5th year, like you appreciate it even more, because like when you make a list of stuff that's important to you, like to me, Princeton checks the boxes,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
From an academic standpoint, you have everything you need here from a hockey standpoint to
Alumni
succeed.
base,
The alumni, like the area,
Sure.
yeah, close
Right.
to Manhattan, close to Philly. I mean, it's
the beaches, like
Yeah, the Jersey Shore. I didn't even think
guys
about
can
that.
go golfing. They can go
Yeah.
like we got fishers that go back on the lake here. Like
I didn't even think about that. I wasn't even talking about that stuff, right? I didn't even think
That's unreal. Right.
yeah,
yeah, you could be skiing in no time. I mean,
Yeah.
it's you know, it's a destination. If you're an ice hockey player, right, and you want a major degree,
Yeah.
and you can hack the academics, there's
It's a pretty sweet place to be.
too many places
Yeah.
that, like you said, check all the boxes.
yeah. And I think it's really helped us too with the major change,
Oh yeah,
right? Because you have guys that were playing major junior, and now they're like, okay, I still have an opportunity to fulfill my dream. I can get better. I could be. I love being with a close group,
right.
and now I have an opportunity to get a Princeton degree.
Yep.
That's
Right? Like, what can I do to get into the school? And like, we've had conversations with kids where it hasn't worked out. And part of it is because of the academic piece, which is normal.
Yep.
But they're excited, like going through that process until like we find out, like, can he get in or can't get in type thing. But,
Right.
you know, it's that part of it's been like a lot of fun.
I'm curious to know how this. Now I sound like you. I'm curious. I'm curious. Yeah, now you're rubbing off on me. This is not good. This isn't good. We need to do something about this. Okay. No, but when you were talking about like it being competitive, do you like getting into those like into the recruiting wars? Like, how does that play out? Like, is it because like you'll know like who the other teams that are recruiting these players? You'll know their recruiters. You're like getting on text with the other like you're all like chirping over text. Is that like how this is playing out?
No, you don't get so much of that.
That would be cool. I would love to see screenshots.
That's more of after.
Okay.
Like you see, see a coach in a rink, and it's like,
dude.
Man, you got me.
Yeah.
You dive in a little bit. Yeah,
we've heard of that because, like, I think it was when we interviewed Connor and ECAC, we interviewed Tapper, and when we interviewed Flanny. I mean, we were kind of like, kind of mentioning all three guys in everybody else's conversation. Oh, we so and so. They're like, oh yeah, I want to get someone. So you guys all know each other.
Yeah.
You know, so that must. I would think that'd be fun.
I totally.
You know, like I would think that would be like, really cool. Like I said, like after fact, you're like, oh shit.
But the behind the scenes of the college recruiters,
very fun. Yeah. You know? I could see it. But it's a small world.
Yeah.
Like I said, you guys all know each other.
Yeah. It's like your typical hockey. Like it's competitive coaches in the college hockey world, but great people.
Right.
So you're competitive, but you also have relationships, and that's another thing too. Like I look at it like when we go down to convention, you go in the room with all the ECAC coaches, and a lot of guys have been in the league for a long time, and everyone's close.
Right.
And it makes it special. Another check box on why it's fun to be in college.
Yeah.
Right. And then in the off season, like you have guys where it's like, all right, maybe you're in a rink, you're at a practice, or the USA Festival, and you're sitting there with an assistant. Now you start asking questions on, you're not playing each other, but they might be able to give you something and help you as a coach.
Right.
Little things like that, or maybe they give you a piece of advice for recruiting.
Right.
Then you're like, oh, well, okay, well, I've never done that. I'm going to start doing it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's
continuing to learn from those that have done it before you.
Yeah. 100%.
The good people always try to kind of help out like that.
Yeah.
For sure. We've experienced that, like, just even getting to like further our network within like the hockey community, and how, obviously people like we have to pass a certain sniff test, I'm sure, but like, at the end of the day, we've had like, really, great introductions just because people want to see like the game of hockey get talked about more, get in front of more people, just bring an honest conversation about the game to the masses, help people navigate. And it's been really amazing to see it firsthand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, we've been lucky though.
100%.
Toph and Jeff, they didn't have to help us.
No, and look,
they didn't have to help, but they're
Toph will always help.
They're him and his cousin, him and Jeff are they're great human beings.
But I want to go back on something you were just talking about like major, junior, and the CHL, being able to make their way to college hockey, American collegiate hockey. So I know it's still early in the game, but from what you've observed, like within Princeton, right? Like, are you finding that like these Canadian hockey players are now now they have this new path? Is this something that's like very attractive to them, like over the CHL, or is this? Or is it not necessarily like taking all these Canadians by storm that now that they can go play NCAA without giving, like doing both, right? Like, are you getting a feel for like how it's being received on their end?
I think it's definitely attractive.
Yeah.
I'll go in that direction because if you think like originally they made a decision where they were looking to make a choice whether to go to NCAA or major junior route.
Right.
And I think a lot of it plays into, some of it might be like where a kid doesn't want to do the school part of it.
Yep.
But I think a lot of it has to do with maybe where they're from.
Okay.
Right? Where like that's what they grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
And like that was always the goal and the dream to go that route.
Right.
But now it goes back to what we talked about earlier, where it's like, okay, like one of our guys coming in next year, for example, played major junior for 4.5 years.
Wow.
Right. So he went and played major junior for 4.5 years, and now he has the opportunity to go the NCAA route,
Sure.
which he didn't have that opportunity when he originally.
And he
made
has
it.
4 years of eligibility.
Yeah, he'll be here for 4 years.
Right.
Is he kind of grandfathered into that like 5-for-5 new 5-for-5 rule? Because I'm assuming
Yeah.
he's going to come in.
He'll have 4 years of eligibility.
He'll have 4 years of eligibility, which is
Yeah.
crazy because I'm assuming he's coming
So-
in with like a 22-year-old.
He'll be he'll turn
That sounds
20.
he'll turn 21 his
Yeah.
freshman year.
That's when they age out in 20, right? In the OHL, I think, or the CHL.
Yeah, so
And the
he was in
USHL
his
is
final
21.
year. He was in his final year because he was already coming in. this
So
year.
that's interesting. So once you age out a junior, okay, now you have like this whole other like version of hockey one could play if they're
Yeah.
going to continue their career. That makes a lot of sense. But I'm wondering also for like the younger kids, like having to make that decision. Yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting and not knowing too much about the whole thing and how it's affecting, American universities. And like, are a lot of these spots now being taken by Canadian players or even those maybe from further abroad, from American kids? And I don't know if that's really happening or not, but
It's interesting. And tell me if this makes sense, Shay. Years ago, I don't think that Canadians valued the NCAA vote to the NHL, right? It was more like they went, like you said, played major junior and then tried to hook on with the NHL team.
Yeah.
And in that, whatever that time span is, call it 10, 15 years, I think you've seen kids here, Cale McCarr's the world, the Jackal, Johnny Gaudreau's, the NCAA path has become a more attractive path.
Yeah.
To the NHL, right? That it maybe was. And it's funny now that, the kids are not considered, athletes, pro athletes they could already. Now they can come into college and, because the NIL changed everything. And now they can come down here, they can play and they can come down here and get a 4-year degree and still make it to the NHL.
Yeah, I think a big development piece of it is, and I'll use Martone for example.
yeah.
With the Flyers.
Yeah.
Like he talked about it heavily in the sense of the off ice part,
In collegiate hockey, because they
strength
play
and
less
conditioning,
games
right?
and they're traveling less, right?
right? You're working out a ton.
Yeah.
And that part of it's help preparing you. And I think that's a big part of it for the major junior guys where like however many years they play major junior, when they go into college and they're ready, now they can come in and play against older guys.
Yeah.
They can get ready physically,
Yeah.
right? Now, like you're still focusing on, the nutritionist part. The amount of video we do every day.
Yeah.
And you add it up during the week. I'm not saying that's not going on. That's not what I'm getting at, but like just the extra stuff, like the bonus part of the development piece,
Yeah.
but most importantly, playing against older guys, especially in our league,
Sure.
right? You get an opportunity to go up and play against, like if you're a 19, 20-year-old major junior, you're now going up against 23, 24-year-olds
Right.
versus this 16, 17-year-old.
Big deal.
Big deal.
Right. So then previously, most of those major junior guys, once they aged out of the CHL, like then what was even their path?
They'd go play CIS or they would go play pro.
Or they would try to go pro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this effectively extends their runway to develop prior to making their pro step.
Yeah.
It would be the thinking there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Curious to see how this new NCAA rule that they just kind of put in place or going to put into place, this new 5-for-5 rule is what they're now saying.
And that's definitely happening.
It's 100%.
100% is happening.
It's happening.
And there's no changes on the hockey front.
No, what they're saying is that, well, actually, I don't want to. There might be changes on the hockey front. Shane, you might know better than me.
Yep.
But I know that what they're saying is now that you have, it's whatever comes first, right? Either your clock starts the moment you step onto a college campus, right? Or the semester that starts after your 19th birthday,
Yeah.
right? That's when your clock starts to run.
Right. Before September 1st of your 19.
Correct. Yes. For that first semester, that September semester, right after your 19th birthday, I thought is what they said, that Keith Mondillo. So the clock runs. Whether you're in school or not, that clock's running.
Right.
Yeah. It's wild, the changes that are kind of going on.
Yeah.
in college sports period, right? It's obviously affected.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how that kind of plays itself out.
Yeah.
Over the next.
Well, that's an interesting question. So like if for Princeton, you only have like underclassmen, like freshmen coming in,
Correct, yeah.
right? So you're not necessarily like, okay, if they're coming as a true freshman, they have all their years of eligibility. You'll see them through the entire program,
Yep.
right? But if you have, let's say, a Canadian guy that's like, done some major junior, but will now at this point only have 2 years of eligibility, but wants to come into Princeton, as a freshman, like that's an interesting thought. Like, is that even something that's like, are you guys even thinking about that stuff right now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you are. So,
Yeah.
what's the thinking on like those that don't have full eligibility?
We had that question for somebody else.
Yeah.
Who we asked about.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're going after guys for the 4 years.
For the 4
right?
years, yeah.
And you're looking at the clock on their birthday to win the 19.
Right.
So if the guy's in his last year, right, and he's born before September 1, we won't be able to go in that direction.
Right. It's just that's the
Right.
way it shakes out.
Now, if he's after September 1,
Yeah.
we can still get him for 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay, but you
Right.
guys want 4. You're not looking
Yeah.
for a guy that went and played 2 years at juniors and now only has 3.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then if you get a guy sooner,
Right.
right, there's different avenues you can go.
Yeah.
Like you might be able to get a guy that can come here for 4, and then maybe he does do a 5 somewhere else. Like it's no different than what it was in the past,
Right.
Like Kevin Anderson, for example. Kevin Anderson got an extra year because he was injured his freshman year. So now
Okay.
he'll do his 5th year at St. Thomas.
Okay.
So he had like an eligibility waiver. Or something.
Yeah. He just
Right.
made it. He was under. But like prior years, like guy that went did a 5th year, whether it was at Princeton or the other Ivies,
Right.
that's the way I would look at it.
So then, like from a recruiting perspective, that's going to narrow where you're looking, right? Or am I not thinking about that correctly?
It's making an adjustment.
It'll make
a
an
little
adjustment, right?
bit, right? They wanted to go younger, right?
Oh,
so like
okay.
college hockey and everybody in hockey did such a great job of
Like raising the
Sticking
holy
together.
hell, yeah.
and fighting for it, and that was awesome. So like
Sure.
witness all that, like everybody banding together to be like,
This
this isn't just good for college hockey. This is good for youth hockey and like everybody.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool seeing everybody come together and work as one.
it
Right.
changed it. The NCAA was going to go in one direction. College hockey got together and they're like, whoa.
No. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hockey's a little different, right? You have leagues in between,
Totally.
high school and college, which kind of no other sport really has, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a different animal. But you're right about that. College hockey really came together and and
Yep.
changed it, which was great.
Yeah.
When it first happened, a lot of us weren't sure how that was going to play.
Yeah. I was going to go off your high school graduation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, it's
So
when
it
the clock
made
starts.
us even younger.
Right.
And,
Right.
and everybody's different in development. Some guys develop later and it could affect.
Those late bloomers
Yeah.
would get really hurt. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought the late bloomers were really, really going to get kind of like screwed,
Right.
Yeah.
which is a shame.
Yeah.
So now the choice is becoming: do I play? Well, for any school that's only taking kids with 4 years of eligibility, they have a hard choice. Maybe it's not a hard choice, but it's like choosing one or the other, right?
Yeah.
For the most part,
You might have to leave high school a year early and go play juniors.
if you're gonna play a junior game at all, right?
Yeah.
That's actually a very good point. Do you see kids, maybe like Minnesota, where high school hockey is like really legit, right? But because of the new rule, you can see kids. Let's say a local kid, plays 4 years at high school. Do you think that kid will just go right into college, or will he still go for like? Let's say he did he was held back in kindergarten, right? So he's old for his grade. Would that kid graduate as a senior? Let's say he didn't go to juniors after his junior in high school and he played as senior in high school. Would he go right into freshman year in college? I mean, would you advise somebody skip playing junior somewhere before they go into play NCAA? I don't know. That's like
That's interesting.
Yeah. That's
I think you got to go off of your team.
right.
like if you look at us and you think about, I'll use us as an example. Like my time here, like Brendan Gorman came in as an 18-year-old,
Okay.
His dad.
right?
Oh yeah, we did. We sat down to the Gorman. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. So like he's an example where like
Yeah.
he was a guy that came in and had, like you guys witnessed him, he had a ton of success in
Yeah.
college, right?
Yep.
And that kid's gonna find a way to just keep getting better because that's the type of kid he is,
Right.
and he's a rink rat,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So, you know, I think if you're able to find a guy like that
Mm-hmm.
that can push the needle
Right.
on your
Yeah.
team like he did,
Yeah.
you know, then you can work with it. But it's I think you got to pick and choose like how many of those guys, because now you keep every guy you add in that situation, then you're a
Right.
young team.
Right.
Nice. Is he still here? Or did he graduate last year?
He graduated.
I thought so.
Yeah, so he'll be with Ontario in the American League.
Okay.
You know, he was
Okay.
with them for a little bit last year at the end of the year.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, so
That's great.
he's in the Kings organization.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
That's
We
amazing.
met his parents eat breakfast at the Lake Placid Inn.
Yeah. I think we saw them we saw them on the way out as well.
We did. Oh,
Yeah. After the game, it was tough.
Yeah, so his freshman
Yeah.
year, he's actually on a line with his brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, is that right?
yeah. If I remember, the line was his brother Liam, it was Gorms, and Ian Murphy.
Wow. 2 Gorms, 2 Ians.
Yep.
How about that?
Yeah. So it was good. Like, and Liam,
Yeah.
that was my first year here. Like Liam had a really good year for us that year. Like
Right.
I remember he was, as the year progressed, like he played physical. Like
Yeah.
and he used his size, he bit bigger than Brendan, right? But Gorms is special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neat family. It was fun
Yeah.
talking to them in the lobby.
Well, let me ask a question about brothers. That like what from your experience? I mean, we talk about them and correct me if I was sorry, I forget. You were here when they both played together, or you weren't here when they played together?
So that would have been Brendan's freshman year.
Yeah.
And that would have been Liam's senior year.
And you were here.
I was here. That was my first
so,
year.
So you were part of the whole thing because like I know like BU might be an exception, but like they had like the Celebrini brothers on, they had the Hudson brothers on, they had McCarthy brothers on. So they've had a lot of brothers, and you know the Plant brothers, all 3 of them are playing together at Duluth. Like what is it about like maybe like that brother dynamic or you know like familiar relationship that like kind of it seems like it breeds success amongst like you know family. Yeah, kind of like what's it like to see like brothers like do they have I don't know, is it just an easier transition that they have family around them? Like what is it about having a brother around that might make it a better experience?
Yeah, I just think you have that relationship where like they probably go at it sometimes, but at the end of the day there's that love for one another, like brothers.
Sure.
That you just have that special bond where at the end of the day, like they might be fighting and all of a sudden boom gets attacked in the corner. The other one's going in to bail him out.
Right.
Right. Like that type of relationship.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, like I just think like you see it where, you know, you talk to brothers, like even younger kids now, and it's like, are you guys gonna be a package deal? And it's like, oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
from the recruiting perspective, it's also this comes up.
Because I feel like you have to ask that and go into it. And maybe early on they're like, I don't know. And it's like, oh yeah, we're definitely, I'm not going without him type thing.
Right. Let's just get that on the table first and foremost. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's funny now that we're talking about like parents and recruiting. So I'm curious, Shane, what are some red flags you see you're recruiting a kid from the kid or from the parent? I'm curious to hear both. But things that you're going in, you're like, yeah, that's not something that we want here at Princeton, from the kid or from the parent.
Yeah. I think from a parent aspect is when you're going through process and they start asking for specific things.
Really?
Yeah, like that's one that's coming to mind
Okay.
where I'm like
material things?
just no, just like I won't get into detail on it, but it's like
you don't have to.
like a visit's coming up and it's like, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? And it's like,
Oh, like things on the visit?
yeah. And like maybe something like that comes to mind where it's like, because you want to deal with the kid, right? And especially when they get to a certain age. And you want the parents involved because you want to get to know the parents. You want to get to know the family, and what they're coming from. And that's where you really get to know the kid and the family. But that's one thing in particular. If I remember, like, I'm giving you one. I think it's really important, like when you're going through a process with a kid, like you want them to open up.
Sure.
I won't say it's a red flag.
If they don't.
Yeah, like you got to try to pull things out of them. You want to get them comfortable because at some point, like if they do come to you, you're gonna have them on campus. You want them to be comfortable in that locker room and stuff. But I think the biggest thing is like you do your research behind the scenes. You know, I've called teachers before. I've called guidance counselors. I've called, you know, you have the advisors. You have, you know, their current coaches. I'll call younger coaches.
Okay.
Right, because then you get to find out more where like maybe, hey, this kid isn't what you think he is.
Mm-hmm. Like they see them in a different element.
Yeah,
like,
and then maybe you find out more information of like, hey, the parents did cause some problems behind the scenes.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right, and then I think you find a lot when you call a teacher.
Oh, I'm sure.
You find a lot, right?
Yeah.
And when you dive into it, like one that comes to mind, like
yeah, let's hear this.
It was like one of it was when Connor first started, and we were riding the car together, and I was like, "Watch this."
Yeah.
And I talked to the guidance counselor, and I'm like, "Can I talk to a teacher for this person?" And they were like, "We'll give you this person." And I'm like, "How long has she been there?" Like 5 years. I'm like, no. I
need somebody that's got like 25 to 30.
Yeah, I want the person that's been there the longest that holds them accountable, like, you know, keeps the guys in check. And yeah, I think she was there for 35 years.
All right.
And right off the hop, and I remember, I'll never forget this. We're in the car driving, and she's like, I've been at this for 35 years. I don't let these guys slide on anything. And I'm like, that's why I called you. This is why I'm talking to you. And then the conversation goes, and then you find out a lot.
Yeah.
Does that happen a lot?
With the teachers?
With anybody, with another coach you call, with another teacher you call, like you're talking to, like the kid can play, right? And then you kind of start digging into the background. You're like, shit, it's not going to work for us.
Sometimes, I think hockey's got good people.
Yeah, I agree with you for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. But I just think it's the right thing to do where, like, I'm not the only one. Like, we're all on staff together.
Yeah.
So if you got everybody on staff calling different peoples, like everybody knows somebody.
Yeah.
Where the more people you call, the more
you'll get the truth.
And it's like, okay, this is what we thought. We haven't heard anything different.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
and you build a picture of what it looks like behind the scenes.
And it's like the biggest, like to me, it's the biggest thing too with recruiting.
Like, you know, this is actually bringing up something interesting for me, not having thought about it like in such depth. But so, like, what if you have like conflicting reports? Like, what if you got, you know, a stud, you know, hockey player who's like the best teammate the coach has ever coached, you know, like is super coachable, like all that stuff. But then from an academic perspective, this kid could give two shits. I mean, okay, granted, I'm exaggerating because that's not what you're having at Princeton, because like obviously there's a high bar. Yeah. But any red flags that you would typically, that might come up for you, that might cause like some doubt with respect to like the academic piece, like how do you kind of like weigh that and like kind of sift through that?
Yes, you're asking for us in particular.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, just from like, right, and it doesn't have to be from Princeton's, you know, specifically, but just like generally, right? Because it seems like on one hand you could have everything you want in a student athlete, but like on the academic side, which is what you have to also be mindful of, you might not bring into the university someone who's like, you know, checking all the boxes from academic. Or not from a grade point, but from like, you know, like a student perspective. Yeah. Like, is that something that happens or not necessarily?
So I hope I'm answering your question.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry if I was confusing. Was I confusing?
So the first part,
A little bit. Yeah. No, I'm just
so the first,
sorry.
so the first part, the academic piece.
Yeah.
So we do have a certain thing that it's consistent on where we do have to hit.
Yeah.
And I think this is where I'm going to be able to answer is the, say you're down to 2 guys for one
Yeah.
spot, and the one kid is better academically,
Yeah.
right, and the other kid is lower, but you think the other guy is definitely going to be a better kid. So take whichever one, but you can make it work with the class.
Yeah.
Then you'll go with that kid.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily have to be the higher academic kid, right? You'll take
Yeah.
the kid that you guys feel is like better.
Is the better person.
program, right? The better
Right.
locker guy, the better
Yeah.
team guy, right? That type of stuff. as
Yeah.
opposed-
We just have to check our boxes from an academic
Yeah.
standpoint.
Totally.
And
Get
then
it.
like an average amongst the class. We just have to hit our
Right.
for the admissions process.
Got it. Yeah. Go ahead, James.
No, it's funny. I was going to ask this before, and you guys brought it up again, so it just kind of jumped back into my head. So like for college football, like
Yep.
Notre Dame, right? They need strict standards, whereas some of these schools will let anybody in the door, right? If you can play football, Notre Dame, Stanford, there's a bunch of schools out there that have certain bars kids need to hit, right?
Correct.
Like you guys do here.
Yep.
Do you guys find it? I mean, probably a reason why Notre Dame and Stanford haven't won national title in a very long time, right? Because they just can't let anybody walk in the door,
Right.
right? So I guess the question is, do you guys find that those academic pieces that your kids need to hit are a challenge? You know, I mean, not every hockey player is a 4.0 GPA guy, right? Or a Princeton, type kid.
Yeah.
And I guess do the kids seek you guys out, vice versa? Like, because you could see a great hockey player, like, wow, the kid's a standout hockey player. And you look at his grades, maybe he's like a B- kid. Like, would that kid get into Princeton, or would he have to be like the 4.0, like 1600 on his SAT kind of guy?
Yeah. He has to hit different
Markers.
marks.
Yeah.
And I think it goes both ways. Like people do reach out. Like you might get a call where it's like, hey, such and such is really thought about this process and he definitely wants to go the Ivy League route. I'll use an example of a kid coming in next season, Christian Lyons. Like, it was pretty early on where like he wanted to go the Ivy League route, and he could have went the scholarship route, but Ivy League is something that him and his family believed in. And I remember we did an unofficial visit. We did an official visit with him. High academic kid, checked the boxes, and unbelievable family and kid, right? And we're excited to have him here. Not only will the team, but like the fans that come and watch the game, like they'll enjoy him. And that's so you have that part of it where you might get a call, get seeked out on it, and that was definitely one. Like we seen him live a few times and stuff, but like his advisor reaching out was a big start to it of the clear.
Okay.
Hey, he
Right.
wants to go the Ivy League route.
And he was on your radar,
No, he wasn't.
or wasn't on your radar. Sorry, I think I missed that.
Seen him, but like we didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like you weren't actively recruiting him.
know that he was like wanted to go.
Yeah, definitely wanted to go Ivy League.
Right.
If the advisor had never called you, would it had never showed up on campus? Let's just say the advisor.
No, I don't think long term. Like I think it would have played out where it was like,
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
You guys would have crossed paths.
but
in
it
some
helps.
way,
It helps
Yeah.
when you know a kid is like
Right.
all
Wants
in.
that route.
Then you can chat. Hey, this kid meets at least this box. Now let's see if he meets the rest.
Right.
Right.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like if I remember right, his process was probably like I remember going on an Arizona trip and I seen him, and then I seen him again, and then that summer. So like I think I went in like in December. Talked to his advisor, right, and then you went through the process another 6 months,
Wow.
right, and then like it wasn't a rush process, but it was a process that was worth it.
But he's also having conversations with other Ivies.
Correct.
Right.
And he definitely, if I remember, he visited other scholarship schools
Right.
too.
Right.
Oh, so
right?
he could have played Division.
So he was really like
I
seeing
know
all his
Ivy
options.
Someplace.
Correct.
He was,
Yeah.
So he's a hockey player.
Yep.
Good hockey player.
Yep.
That's
But a
great.
high academic kid, works out with Jeff Lavecchio.
Oh,
All right.
He's one of the first calls I made.
Is he a
Oh, yeah?
kid?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's right. So I'm assuming that new program out there, Maryville. What's the new program called out there? That's in St. Louis.
Maryville.
Oh, Maryville. Yeah.
So they were knocking on his door.
Oh, totally. He's got like a whole pipeline.
Yeah, exactly. He's in their backyard. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny.
So I had a question and kind of just changing gears a little bit. And listen, I just want to be mindful of time. I don't know what your timing is, if you're good or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so from your coaching journey,
Yeah.
right? Like I started thinking earlier about how, for players as they start playing the game, like some are naturally going to be forwards, some will naturally be defensemen, goalies, maybe along the way, a forward will play defense just to get some reps in on that, to see the game in a different way, vice versa.
Yeah.
At some point, the coach is going to say, hey, you were a center today, tomorrow you're left D, right? So there's like that movement and the need for these kids to have like a more well-rounded games than a lot of times. For coaches, right? Like
Yeah.
you were saying earlier about like having specific roles, like within the team, you're gonna have one guy that's running D, maybe one that's running power play throughout a coach's journey, and like whatever the end goal might be.
Yep.
Like, is there encouragement to like take different parts of the bench or different aspects of the game from one year to the next, or do you just kind of stick with like whatever your bread and butter might be, if it's defense, if it's video review or PK, and like you just kind of ride that out?
Yeah, it's a great question because I've heard at different programs where they do switch it up
Okay.
for the assistants to have that experience, to have it on the to help them out long term.
Yep.
I definitely think it depends on the head coach and what they want to do from a responsibility standpoint. I do think it's important the way, not important. I like the way how we collaborate together in a sense of like, hey, Henny's got the D, but maybe there's something after a game on a Friday night where Benny or Connor speaks up to help a defenseman, or like, Connor's working with a guy on the power play and, he's helping him with that, or like PK in zone, Benny or myself are pointing out something that it's going to help him on the PK, but it's also going to help him out 5-on-5.
Right.
Yep.
It's for every position, right? Like, or, say I am talking with a goalie, but, Benny sees something, right? So maybe that day when I'm doing a video session with a goalie, Benny's in on that video session because he sees something and he can do a better job in that situation and explaining it.
Okay.
So we all work together. I think it just depends on staff to staff. I don't know. I have heard that where some staffs, maybe a guy's ran a penalty kill for 2 years and then he's running the power play that year,
Right.
to get him different experiences. Because
Right.
over time, like this will be my 12th year. I've had different responsibilities along my path.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm sure other guys in the same situation, guys that have done it way longer than I have, would say the same thing.
Right. So would it be weird if there was like a head coach at, let's just say, the collegiate or even professional level that like never ran a power play? Would that be like crazy to think?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah, I'm curious.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen.
Maybe you don't need to. I don't know. It just got me thinking. But so like from your own personal development and like all that, is there anything in particular that like you've really enjoyed doing as in different positions, or maybe things that like you definitely prefer not to do if you don't have to?
Yeah. Well, one of them I haven't done in a long time is early on, like I ran the D, right? So I haven't done that one in a bit. So that I've done the penalty kill a ton.
Yeah.
In my time. The 1 year, like when Tommy was here, I helped him with the power play early on. I did do the power play, so I haven't done that in a while. I've always enjoyed the penalty kill because like you're down a guy and it's like
It's gritty.
it's okay. Yeah. Momentum opportunity, and you're no different than the players when you do give up a PK goal. Then I also think about it from a PK standpoint of, from a goalie standpoint of like, okay, well, how does this help our goalie be successful on the kill?
Right.
Like, let's start there and build out.
Sure.
Right. And it's not only here at Princeton, though, those are heavy conversations at the collegiate level, but also
The pro level.
at the NHL
Everybody's
level.
having
We talk about it all the
Yeah.
time, right? So I think I see it from that point of view too. But it's rewarding when you see the guys kill a penalty
Sure.
as a coach,
Yeah.
right? You take one step at a time, and when they achieve it, it's like, all right,
Well done,
give me
boys.
that,
Yep. Yep.
What's Benny like on the bench? I'm asking for a reason. I'm curious. What's Benny?
I think he talked about it on his podcast. I'm the one that got the kick. I got the kick.
That's why I'm asking it, because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that Shane's the one that got kicked
Yeah,
today.
I got the
If I'm not mistaken, anything.
You might be right. Yeah.
He I don't know what the Russian was that like got it going.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he's like, yeah, he's like, I kicked one of our assistants. He's like, I'm pretty sure. He's like, Shane came from the out. He's like, thanks.
Yeah.
He kicked him in. He's like, what?
I was like, Benny, you're like a thoroughbred.
Were you standing like below him?
Yeah, so I moved. He was coming down to the DN, and I'm like, all right, I'll be a good.
You take one
do the
for
right
the
goal here, move out of the way.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I slid along the glass, and next thing you know, he stops in front of me, and his left leg comes back and just gets me right in the chest, and I'm like,
We got you
right,
good.
caught me right here. I go back. I'm like, it wasn't just like a light, like he's like a horse, like see it.
tap.
Yeah.
I thought when he described it, didn't sound like a karate kick.
Yeah, I can't remember if Henny saw it or not, but like, I'm pretty sure. I want to say Palms, either Mike or Palms seen it.
Okay.
Our
Yeah.
trainer and
Yeah.
our equipment manager.
Right.
But like, I didn't say it until like after it was over, and it's an opportunity to, you know what I mean, after a win,
to break his chops.
I'm like, that's when I was like, you're like a thoroughbred on that. She's like, what? He's like looking at me. I'm like, you kicked me right in the chest. It was funny.
That's so funny.
But yeah, Benny's ton of energy,
right.
like hates losing, right?
Yeah.
Like super competitive, but the guys feed off that, right? When he talks, they listen, so like, he's the leader of the program, and I think guys feed off it. It's certain points of the game when you need that momentum to kick back up.
Yeah.
Like, so you have that piece of it, and then when a guy needs the accountability piece, like he's there, he's on it, he's on everything.
Yeah.
And he's not only on that, he's on us too, right?
I can imagine.
And not in a bad way.
No, I don't think so.
And that's I mean that in all positivity, because he wants us to be successful too, no different than the guys on the roster.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, he's the guy you want to play for 4 years.
You can tell. I mean, we've obviously, we did a whole episode with him, and he talked to us when he brought us in here. He talked to us for like 45 minutes.
Yeah. One of the things when he walked out,
Generous with his time.
Yeah.
he was, but also just like the conversation that we had, which was unexpected.
Yeah, we should have
Like, one of the worst,
filmed
like,
the entire thing.
We should have, which makes me think I always need to have like a mic on me.
Handy
But
mic candy, yeah.
but no, like passionate is something that came to mind, and just hearing him talk about like the topics we were talking about. But yeah, just like a passionate guy, and it just, it must be great to have him as a leader on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Sure.
Like even from, me and him went on a recruiting trip, 2.5 weeks ago. Right. So you're staying in a hotel, you're riding in a car, you're together,
Yeah.
and I'm driving and he's spitting off names like in the passenger seat, and like, you got a 6.5 hour drive, and it's late on a Friday night, you're driving back together, and that's where you can always pick up something.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
Especially
sure.
from a guy that's done it for a long time, and the success he's had.
Yeah.
Like, that's where you learn
Yeah.
as an assistant, and like you're sitting there driving and you're like asking some questions here and there.
Getting all the details.
See, like a sponge.
Yeah.
Just keep taking everything in. Yeah. You could tell he's a different type of guy.
Yeah.
When
Yeah. One of the things, and I'm going to jump around a little bit more, but just something I don't think we've talked about on the pod, but just with respect to kind of like the weight training piece and like the nutrition piece here, so a lot of our listeners at this point are getting, I think behind these scenes looks from like the Chicklets University and like all those things. And it's great that there's like exposure on that stuff.
Yep.
But like with respect to like Princeton specifically, like on that like weight training piece on, cause like, look, I think there's some schools that just like end up producing more like players that are going to the next level. Not a knock on any other program, but like, there's surely, plenty of people that have come out of Princeton and gone to the next level as well, no doubt. But in terms of that, like, the off ice training, the speed strength conditioning piece, like how, plus the over like the rigorous academics, like do you find like in an IV environment that like that piece does not get as much attention perhaps as like other programs do, or is that like there's plenty of time in the day to do all of it?
Yeah, I think like recently, like I think you could say that maybe just because of the, like you said about like the university, like you said the Chicklets.
Oh, the
right?
Chicklets University, right? Like
Yeah.
they're showing like all these
Right.
things, and like this behind it, it's like attracting people to come to like the schools, and like and they're great facilities, and all that stuff. But I'm like, so I think some people that like are like learning about college, university, D1 like hockey, that not that this is necessarily the standard, but like there's enough of it out there where that's kind of commonplace. And I'm just kind of curious with respect to Princeton, like on that side of things, on like the strength training, like the off ice training, like kind of what's that like at Princeton?
Yeah, because one of my favorite things to do is you want to see something cool is and this is for anybody outside of like our hockey program, walk into a workout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a Princeton strength and conditioning guy.
It's electric,
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
right? Like it's loud,
right,
like they're soaking wet,
right.
Yeah.
and they're laughing, they're having fun, they're pushing each other, like they're walking up, hitting their face on the iPad because like, it's telling them to do something different than a different guy because it works for them individually,
Okay. That's very cool.
right? And just like the energy and enthusiasm in that gym, like it's a good behind the scenes view of what our culture is.
Yeah.
And it's that like compete and drive at all times. And it doesn't stop. And like when it's done, the guys will go on and do their individual stuff, and they'll stay longer,
Right.
right? And
Right.
like, and that's the thing. Like in a recruiting process, like schools will say against us that our guys are academic guys, they're not hockey players. Like just come and follow our guys around for a week,
Right. You'll see if they're hockey players.
right? You'll see them in the morning, like they're doing a team dynamic, and they're doing their team video. They got practice. They're back out for skills. You'll see guys jump back out on the ice again throughout the day. They're doing individual video. They're doing power play PK video, and this is every day.
Right. They're drinking it all day.
And Benny's huge on the recovery piece.
Okay.
So we call it spa day.
Nice. Does it happen to be today, by the way? I wouldn't mind, if you got room.
Danny Moore was just joking around down there. He was like, yeah, I just got out of an ice bath.
Okay.
Right. And like Chris Roniger's like, I don't know if I could do one right because he just got off the ice and stuff. But,
See the dude with the long hair here?
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think he has our kids, by the way. I think
Oh, does it?
he's
Yeah.
the Green Bay kid. The kid, he's no.
Chicago. Played for Chicago.
Oh, okay.
That's the kid where our kids were talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the most popular guy in the cafeteria.
Oh,
is that
yeah?
right?
Why?
Yeah, they all love him. We walk in, they're like,
Why is that?
he's super social.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right? He's super social. He's
Oh, I know. I
he's
know
the
exactly
next,
what you're
he's the next
saying.
Esmond.
Yeah, I know.
He's the next
So-
Esmond on our team. Esmond just graduated, was like Mr. Everybody knew
yeah,
Esmond on
mayor.
campus.
The mayor, Mr. Popular.
Yeah.
That's unreal. But yeah, so
We talked about him after the first night.
yeah, so it's kind of like how you do anything is how you do everything kind of thing, right? Like you're gonna find that same work ethic, that same like first class approach, like top to bottom in the Princeton like workout facilities, dining hall, wherever they're getting their meals. Yeah. It makes total sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm curious for those who don't know much about because we have listeners all over the globe, right?
Yeah.
So obviously we're heavy in the tri-state area, but we have listeners all over the U.S. and all over the globe. So for somebody who doesn't know anything about Princeton ice hockey, it's a place where they may want their kid to go. What would you say to those parents who are kind of looking their kids in, I don't know, middle school, going into high school, and they are looking for places for the kid to be and play? What should they know about Princeton?
I think
school and then the program.
Yeah, I think the first thing about it is like what you're getting yourself into, and it goes like for the Princeton takes care of Princeton people. I think you're surrounded by like-minded people that care about you, and you're not, when you come here, you're not getting recruited just for 4 years. You're getting recruited for the next 40 years.
Yeah.
Right? Guys want to be here. They step foot on here and they're a part of something. And it's just not about our hockey program. It's about our whole athletic department, from the family culture,
Right.
where we all take care of one another. And you're getting an academic education that's top 10 in the world.
Yeah.
Right? So like you talk to the kids like in the camp today, and it's like, who's your favorite baseball team? And they're like, the New York Yankees. Well, it's like, okay, you go to school here, and
a Yankee
I hope
equivalent.
Yeah, like I hope you get to play hockey as long as you can. But when it does end, one of your buddies from school might be the next GM of the New York Yankees to get you your first job.
Yep.
You might be sitting in a classroom beside the next president of the United States one day.
Sure.
And that's where you get at this school. I think the location, it's somewhere where you want to be for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fun part of it is you have an opportunity to achieve your goals and dreams as a hockey player.
Yeah.
Surrounded by people that care for you, that are going to look after you. And you're a part, like I said, you're a part of something forever. You see it at the reunions here when people come back. Like, you see how much people care. Like, whether they were an athlete or student here, like, people look after one another here. And that's what separates Princeton from others is just the people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this much. When when dropping off Otto here, it was actually my first time here on campus.
Yep.
And I was probably on campus for maybe like 30 minutes, and I told my wife I wanted to get a Princeton alumni t-shirt. I was like, this place is amazing. No, but in all seriousness, no, I think that's really, really well put. Got me, not only sold, but it's like, you're just like reinforcing everything you talk about, right? Like just what goes on here. And it's really, just being a part of this and talking to you, Coach Sire, being on at Hobie, it's just like, it's special.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I mean, this is a selling feature all to itself. I mean, this, in my opinion, has got to be one of the top 3 rinks in all of college hockey.
Yeah, it's to me, it's got to be one of the hardest places to play in college.
It must be.
Because you're right on top of the ice as a fan.
Like, first of all, the visiting room.
Yeah.
I love the visiting room. Right? It's not sexy.
Yeah.
But a team comes in, they see that, and it's like, and our guys love it.
Yeah.
And our guys love playing here and playing for Princeton.
Right.
Right? And when this place, like, going 14-2-1 this past year at home was special.
Is that what you guys went?
Yeah,
it
that's
was
tremendous.
14-2-1. And
I knew it was good. I knew it was that good.
yeah, and you go from practice, like, even trying to talk in practice, it's hard.
Right.
But when you get this place rocking,
Oh, my goodness.
it feels way bigger than what it is.
The acoustics in here, because of how it's built. I mean, the fact that the fans are like on top of the ice.
Benches are tight.
Yeah. Everything's tight.
Everything is tight. Like, I mean, it's all right. So we've heard this before, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
What is like the game to come to here? What's like the rivalry game, right? For somebody that's never been here and they're going to buy tickets to come to Princeton for the first time, what's like the game they should come to? Besides this, they should buy an entire season ticket package. But let's say it's one game. What game should it be?
It's a great question because, like, we go back to other guys in college hockey. You get asked that question a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what makes our league special, is because the competitive side of it. Because you could sit there and you go Harvard, Cornell, go on and on. I think right now, like, if I had to give you one team, like, that's what you're looking for, right? I'll give you one team. I'll go Dartmouth.
Dartmouth.
Straight up
Okay.
Dartmouth, right? And I think it's pretty clear on why. Like, they're on top right now. They won a championship,
Right.
right? They beat us in overtime,
Right.
you know, and, you know, you go up there, there's the tennis ball game.
Oh, right, where they throw it. Right.
Right, so,
Stafford
like-
talked about that.
You know, we got to get this place rocking when Dartmouth comes here.
There we go.
All right. So before this season, what team would you have said? I'm assuming you wouldn't have said Dartmouth.
But you want a different answer now?
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
There's another
But his
one that
answer
I'm-
wasn't
there's
good enough?
Another one that I'm curious because we've had this conversation with other people. So I'm curious if it's the same two teams.
Yeah. And I think it would be different for everybody, right? Like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
ask,
that's true.
if you ask Henny and Connor, they might say QPAC, right? Because they're QPAC.
Oh,
alums.
sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
That
Right?
wasn't it,
Yeah.
though, but okay.
I think one for me and Benny, right, being guys that were at Cornell,
Here comes
like
Benny.
Yeah.
I
That's
think you,
what I was
I think you can throw it in there.
That's what I was
Yeah.
expecting.
Right,
Because
and
there's fucking newspapers.
Yeah, and you have the respect from one each. Like Flanny's still there. Flanny,
Yeah.
I work with Flanny,
Right.
and I have a great relationship with Flanny. so
he's a good
Cornell. But the other one that I think, since I've been here, when you had all the Boston guys, Harvard was a big one.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Harvard would be a big one.
Must have been.
But if I had to give you a personal one,
Yeah.
I would say
Dartmouth.
Dartmouth. If you ask for the second one,
Cornell.
If you ask the boys, I imagine Harvard would be one or
Harvard,
two, and they'll probably go with Dartmouth as the one.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I've heard. I heard Dartmouth,
Yeah.
Cornell, and Harvard does not shock me because
Yeah.
that does not shock me.
No doubt.
You know, because if you look at the academic piece, right, it's always kind of like a power struggle between Princeton
And Harvard, right.
like, you know. So I figured Harvard was going to be up there too. Yeah, no, listen, any of those games, for those of you who are listening, any of those games, buy tickets.
Yeah.
Let's
We'll be here.
be rocking.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
No.
Do not let the away team buy tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Buy now.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Buy now.
Buy
There's
now,
no
exactly.
red or green are allowed in this building.
Yeah.
It's so funny when we now saying like red and green, or you know, when we were up at the ECAC, so we interviewed Tapper first.
Yeah.
I had on.
You had your Princeton
I
like
had
pullover.
the 3/4 there with the logo. He comes up, he's like,
What are we doing?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I
exactly.
gotta get you some green. And then it's funny. So we did. So and then obviously Connor came out with it,
Yeah.
and Flanny came out with it. Flanny didn't bust my chops about it. Obviously Connor had no problem with it.
Yeah, loved it.
But then even after the fact, we were trying to get Tapper on again to do like a full episode.
Oh, right.
And he's like as long as you throw out that orange shirt, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
No, hey, you got to keep the orange on.
That's it.
Listen, you
It's
know?
never coming off this guy.
Listen, we've been. Scott knows. I've been bringing Dominic down here six.
Yeah.
And I have a picture of him. I brought him down here, and he happened to like get sick on the way down here. So as like a trooper that he is when he's not feeling well, he's like laying sideways on a bench. I don't remember what game it was, you know, but he's like laying sideways on a bench with his Princeton hat on. You know, like it's just during warm ups.
Yeah.
Like he was a trooper. So we've been coming down here for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I'm certainly looking forward to coming down here during the season.
Special players.
Yeah. Well, Coach, listen, thank you so much for taking so much of your time to talk
Appreciate
with
it,
us.
guys.
Really appreciate it. And then as far as anyone listening that wants to just like look a bit more into Princeton, the program, any place you direct them, Instagram or the website, or where
I
can they
think,
find you?
social media is huge.
Yeah.
Like I think going on, our Instagram page, Princeton Hockey, our Twitter. I think that's huge. Also on YouTube, right? They have the highlights of, that's how I started off with the guys today in the presentations, like to give them a feel of, what the atmosphere is like here.
Yeah.
And break that down of just how much pride our guys take in playing here at Hobie, and just talking a little bit about who Hobie was, right? And so they know, and it's not only do we have that on the men's side, we got Patty Casimir on the women's side as well.
Unreal.
right?
Ring. All of them. Yeah.
I think that's huge. I think once they're recruitable, if they do have academics, it is super helpful when we do get emailed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, to reach out if you are an academic kid, and so we can mark you and stuff, and
Right. And start following and
and start following and see if you're a guy down the road.
Right.
Sure.
But I think social media is the biggest one for sure.
Perfect.
I keep telling Chaz that when we saw him at ETAC, I'm like, you guys need to take that clip of that hit, that like center ice hit.
Kevin Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
The puck came in over the
Yeah,
backdoor goal.
yeah.
I mean, that was like, That should be replaying on a loop in the building.
The picture of it is unbelievable.
Yeah,
It's literally mid-hit.
phenomenal play. And you saw it first. We were right behind you, seeing it firsthand. I mean, when you were in the ring, that was
something.
I mean, the hit that started it was just.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, we got to get more of those this year.
Yes.
More hits.
There we go.
Keep playing physical.
Yes, I have a feeling that they're going to come.
That new decor is going to bring it, huh?
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah.
We need it.
All right,
Get them adjusted.
Thank you for taking time.
Oh yeah, thanks. I
Thank
really
you, guys. I
appreciate it.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, everybody. Welcome back from our interview with Shane Talarico, Princeton's assistant, one of Princeton's assistants. I can't talk tonight. I can't.
Today, Junior.
Today, Junior.
Now that's a Billy Madison reference.
Great
for sure.
movie, by the way. Nice drop by you, buddy.
It's been a hot minute.
Great movie. Definitely a great movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So great talking with Shane.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Definitely, learned a lot about just like the coaching journey. And I don't think we've really spoken to any coaches in great length about their journey from a coaching perspective, if I'm not remembering correctly. But it's just, it's kind of like I don't want to say it's like a boys club, but maybe it's kind of like a boys club a little bit. And like it's about who it's about your network,
Sure.
And I think about this kind of often in terms of people's path and where hockey can take them. And there's plenty of kids out there, who knows, maybe our kids are going to be referees one day, or maybe our kids are going to want to be coaches one day, and just with that kind of like in the back of my mind, it's given me, some stuff to think about as like Otto gets older and as I find myself many years removed from the game. And it's like, it would have been interesting to see what would have happened if like someone had encouraged me to like, oh, why don't you try coaching? Like kind of, or to, what I mean? Like kind of plant those seeds.
Like when you were done playing? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, 100%. And I, as an adult, I've thought about becoming a referee. I haven't.
Really?
I almost took the course.
I can actually put you in touch
do
with
it.
somebody if you have any interest. I actually know somebody who. Oh, you know somebody. He was a goalie on your son's team last year. Isn't he like a professional?
Oh yeah, of course.
Ref?
Yeah.
He's a professional ref.
Yeah. No, I've talked to him. I actually talked to him about it years ago.
Yeah. He's a professional ref.
But to get like maybe like more pointed with this thought is that life after you play ice hockey does not need to necessarily just be beer league or adult league. Like you can go in a few different avenues, and I wonder if any, and I don't think we asked him this, right? But like, or maybe we did, and you can just remind me. But like planting the seed with like kids younger, like why if you love the game, or like if someone's like always watching video, it's like encourage them to like maybe do like an internship with the team and like go learn more about it, kind of get exposed
operations,
to it. Hockey operations, 100%.
Yeah.
There's other avenues besides obviously playing the game that you could go, and I just I don't ever give that much thought, but I'm starting to, just because it's kind of been percolating, and there's a lot of great opportunities in the game of ice hockey. I mean, look at what Sonny Mate has done, right? So like I went to high school with him. He was like a poker player and a musician and a handful of other things, and now he's GM of the Devils after winning 2 cups as an AGM with Florida. I mean, like he played high school hockey, wasn't very good, but like loved the game and found his way into it. And I just think it's something that people should give more thought to potentially.
Yeah, listen, I think you just got to cut your teeth and kind of work your way up, right? Like anything else. I mean, Shane's a perfect example of that, right? Kind of how he kind of like, I think he wanted to be a teacher, right? Like,
but then he wasn't going after any what?
He wasn't going after any teaching jobs.
No,
right?
So he's like, I got to figure this out quick.
Yeah. What did he and listen, and he kind of, not say fit, but a hockey dad helped him out, right? Getting the job that he got, and 100%. Then he just kind of went from there. You're right. We talk about players' paths all the time, but and Shane's again a perfect example. Coaches have paths too, right?
Yep, no doubt. Well, we talked to Dan Muse.
Right. Very similar.
And
Alec Marsh, same general idea, right?
Yeah.
Connor Jones, right? Shout out Connor Jones, who now has a job, in the East Coast League. How sick is that? Went from being a Princeton assistant, right? Our friend of the program, Connor Jones. So congratulations to Connor and his family. Connor, was an assistant at Princeton for a couple of years and just got a coaching job out in Tahoe. with the East Coast League.
Sick.
He's a head coach now, of an East Coast team. So that's, again, it's his path, right? It's
Yo,
pretty
we should
wild.
go take a trip out there, dude.
We really should, by the way.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I think I was telling you, the owners are, I forgot the one dude's name, but Tim Tebow's part owner, and Chip and Joanna Gaines, are also, I think, part owner of that team now. So again, Connor's an example. Shane's an example. Connor played. He was a scout for the Golden Knights, right? Obviously was the Princeton assistant coach. Coach Sire brought him in. He was a Princeton assistant for a couple of years, and now he's running his own program in the East Coast League, which is sick.
It's unreal.
And I would like to think that it's a stepping stone for Connor down the road, right? To bigger and better things. He's still a young guy. It's I think you're right. It is a little bit of a boys' club, but isn't everything for the most part like? High school, I think, is a boys' club, and college is a boys' club, and
No, I agree. I don't listen. I think that's certainly true in a lot of instances. What kind of strikes me about
your sphere of influence, around you that you kind of, like that type of stuff. Everybody's got their own little boys' club, I guess. Does that make sense?
No, it does. It does. And I guess perhaps why I put it that way was because I don't think of like getting into like hockey coaching as like, it's there's a traditional job. I don't know. I'm just making this up, right? But like, I don't know that an East Coast Hockey League team is like taking resumes from coaches and like thumbing through them to be like, oh, who's our best candidate? Like it's, I think it's much more referral based.
No question about it. There's no question. Yes.
So to that end, it's a little different, than some other things. And that's why I put it that way. But yeah, I mean, it's,
you could probably say that, jobs in the real world probably are very similar to that. Some are taking resumes, right? And some are probably hiring people that they know through other people or family members or people that they've worked with in the past. Like, would it shock you if Connor goes out and hires his brother Kellen? Would it shock you if Kellen is an assistant now in Tahoe with his brother?
No,
right?
But he's also not putting out a job ad for assistant coach.
Right. But I guess my point is that, this is going to sound, I don't say it's going to sound harsh. It's not harsh, but sometimes it's not what you know.
It's who you know.
It's who you know.
It's
that's
not harsh. It's the truth.
Well, that's what I mean. It's a very real thing in life. Sometimes the best candidate doesn't always get the position.
No.
So
no, I
that's
agree.
just kind of how the ball bounces, right? You can be the most qualified person for the job, but somebody else may get it because there was a relationship there, which is fine.
Right.
And that's why you go out and you network. Right.
Right. So I guess part of also, and I think that, oh boy, you know what? Let me just say the other thing I was going to say, and then maybe I'll get back to that. But the other avenues that kind of came up for me in terms of like other potential careers, like we had Scott Bartlett on, right? Like there's agents, there's scouts, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that goes coaches down. Right. And so in terms of like
coaches, right?
Finding your way into those positions, I think it's easier when you're younger, when you have less responsibilities to really kind of get in, to kind of get your in the door, right?
Yes.
And then, so I don't know. In any event, it was great talking with him. He's a great guy. It was a wonderful conversation.
Yeah, Shane was fun.
Yeah, for sure. So anyhow, what else over on your end, buddy?
What else on my end? Not much. Still on vacation. Coming back soon. I think our next show I'll be home for, which is good.
Excellente.
Yeah, so I'll be home, and then I'm starting to get a lot of hockey emails.
Mm-hmm. Likewise,
schedules
are populating.
Stuff is starting to take shape right around our season. I think once I get back, you have like a week of like maybe,
and then it starts.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, we're on the cusp.
Yeah, I think like mid-August, right? 2 weeks left to go in August. It's when everything is going to start, ramping up again.
Yeah, I've got like a 2-week training camp.
Does he? Nice.
Yeah, it's a Monday through Thursday for back-to-back weeks in the evening for like 2 hours, I think.
Oh, nice. I don't think we have camp. We have maybe 1 or 2 skates. I think they're trying to do some off ice stuff, but we don't have like any camps.
Yeah. We got
maybe the difference between
that
AAA and AA. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe right.
So that's on the horizon. Otto's at mountain biking camp. I dropped him off on Sunday.
Again.
Cool. Yeah, it was like a 12-hour round trip up to New Hampshire. But by the way, I drove through like, what is it, Tingsboro? In Massachusetts, up where like the Middlesex Islanders play. We just spoke with Mike.
Oh yeah.
And so I was driving like right through like his neck of the woods.
Stop?
Orly and I did it the same day. It was like 12 hours, like one shot. Yeah, it was a lot. We left at like 8:30 in the morning, and we got back a little after 9 at night.
Oh God.
Yeah. But I'm going back up there on Friday, and maybe
are you staying over?
I am in southern New Hampshire before. In any event, so I thought about reaching out to him, just to like pop by and say hello. I don't know how much like time I'm really going to have. Certainly on Saturday on the way back, I'm probably not going to try to make any stops, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. Nice. And then he gets on the ice. He gets on the ice next week. He'll be back on the ice, I think, with a camp.
Okay,
I don't know.
Very cool.
Yeah,
nice.
Just local, keeping it real.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I don't have anything planned yet for when I get home with Dom.
Oh, we can talk offline, but I got something to share with you. Maybe you're interested.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So it's coming. It's coming. Fast and furious, dude. The season will be here before you know it.
I need to go through and like but like say yes to all of the practice dates, all of the games, like go through Sports Engine, all that jazz.
I do none of that. I don't even look at TeamSnap.
Oh, really? Why?
I literally don't look at it ever. Like ever. No.
Wait, you're talking about like the schedule too, or just the?
I don't look at anything. Nancy just tells me.
She tells you when Dom is practice.
I don't look at anything.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, I know what nights practices are for the most part. Like I don't look. Like there's a chat. I never look at it.
Dude, when are your practices? Just curious.
I'm
not saying this to test you. I'm just
no. I think Nate said Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or something like that.
That's Tuesday, what we have.
Yeah, I think Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, I think. But not
that's what we have. Skills.
Yeah. Ours are super fucking late, though. Ours are not even close to when yours are. Yours are probably at like 3:30 in the afternoon, and ours are at like quarter to midnight. Ours are at like quarter to 11 at night.
No, ours aren't that bad.
Oh, obviously, being facetious, but they're not far off that.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. I mean, the kids are
but later gets harder, man. Like it gets harder
because they're second year bantams, though. I mean, you can't put younger kids on late. You just can't do it.
Oh no, I totally understand. I'm just saying it's late. Speaking of late, I'm like tired myself. Yikes. But yeah, I think I've definitely enjoyed like the slowerness. If that's definitely not a word,
like the pace?
But like without having to like rush everywhere for hockey. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Oh, you mean like not having to drive like an hour and change to practice? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, just like kind of like out of that rhythm that just it's been much more leisure. So that's been good. Been able to take care of some stuff personally, which has been good. And nice. Just gonna try to soak up the rest of the summer before we're back in it, which is like
the craziness is here again. Basically,
it is upon us.
I mean, it's here again. I mean, it's like right around the corner.
Yeah, man.
We have like 1 or 2 shows, and it's here.
Yeah, well, and speaking of shows, we definitely have a bunch of great guests lined up and some good ones in the hopper. So I'm looking forward to what we got coming out soon.
We have had a very busy summer.
Yeah, which is
funny. The people that I run into, you're right. It is tremendous. You're absolutely right. I've run into some people like before I went away, and they're like, you guys recording all this summer? Like, you guys slow? I'm like, slow. I'm pretty sure that we're busier than we've ever been. Like, they're slow. No,
I know, and
we have 2 interviews tomorrow. You and I 2.
I know it's going to be it'll be good. But we also have but like the like if you look at our analytics, like the listenership. I don't know what the right way of putting it, but like every month it's getting more and more and more.
It's more, yes.
We
keep breaking our own records.
Great news,
which is fucking awesome. Yeah,
no doubt.
It's not great news. It's fucking awesome, is what it is.
That's it. Say it with authority.
Yeah,
dude.
It is fucking awesome. Yeah, let's
there
just
we go.
Call
there
space
we go.
It's fucking awesome.
There you go.
Yeah. it's definitely fucking awesome. So, and we appreciate everybody helping us to make this fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without all of you.
No, and thank you everyone for checking us out. Everyone from overseas, North America, wherever you might be, we really appreciate it. And it's been a minute since we've talked about any listener write-ins or anything like that, but we should definitely get back on that. Something when the season picks up, we should get back on that. We also have, what was I going to say? We're going to have first the interview, but then we've got some good giveaways coming up soon also. So that's going to be something to be on the lookout for.
We do. Should we drop that? Should we talk about that now so everybody kind of gets ready for that?
Yeah. Well, I guess there's like 3 things that I wanted to mention.
Okay. So fire away.
One, the people can still donate to the Mo Smile Foundation and Memorial Sloan Kettering. So we still have the link in our bio. It's still up on our page. So by all means, anyone that's just getting with us for the first time, listen to episode 77, which I saw, by the way, if we had released it when we were planning on releasing it, it was also going to be 76, Mo's number.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Shit. Why did we put that together when we were doing it?
I don't know. But
fuck.
In any event, we could have made one like 75B.
76A and B. Yeah.
Anyway,
shit.
But,
okay. Yeah.
So
fuck.
right. So that's still kicking around. Then we also have
go shoot the lock off your wall and donate. It's for a good cause.
Yeah. Without a pediatric cancer, there aren't many other things that are probably more difficult to deal with.
Bigger things to donate to. Yes. I mean that's a huge one.
Yeah. And then we have Turtle Box. So you can, if you want to talk a little bit about that, I know that you've been in touch with them.
Yep. So I've been in touch with Turtle Box.
Well, first of all, what is Turtle Box?
So Turtle Box is a Bluetooth speaker that is pretty rugged. You guys go to turtlebox.com, check it out. The people at Turtle Box, Brad at Turtle Box was kind enough to give us a couple of them to give away to you guys. So we're going to we're going to have Brad on. And he has a playing career in himself, a very impressive playing career. So we're going to have Brad on. We're going to do a pod with him, and then we're going to give away a couple Turtle Boxes to you guys. I'm not sure exactly what you'll have to do to win the Turtle Boxes, but we have a couple that they've given us to give away. So that's coming shortly. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
So we're going to have Brad Serkin on, who's one of the founders of Pacific Rink. So Brad has been phenomenal to us. They've been a wonderful partner with us.
Dude, I see their stuff all over the place.
Yeah, dude, their shit is everywhere. It's fantastic.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's all over the place. It's wonderful. Every time I walk in a rink and I see the shield, it makes me smile. It's awesome. So Brad came on with us. We recorded a podcast with him. What you guys are going to want to pay attention to is when we have Brad's episode on. All right. So one thing to know about Pacific Rink is they do not discount their stuff ever. Right. They don't have sales. They don't do that stuff because their product is so superior to everything else out there that they don't need to. And they know that they don't need to. Their product is phenomenal. Okay. So there's no reason for them to discount it because they have such a phenomenal product. So they don't discount their product. Okay. Because we're a partner of theirs, they're going to do a discount for us. It's probably going to be something. And don't hold me to this because I'm not sure exactly how it's going to look yet, but it's going to be something to the effect of after we drop Brad's episode, okay, there's going to be like a 24, 48, or 36 hour discount code window that you guys can use from us, right? Brad will announce it either live when we're doing the podcast with Brad or like when we drop it, something like that, right? We're still not sure what the, what it's going to look like, but they do not discount, and they're going to do a discount code for our listeners. So you have to listen, pay attention to when it drops because it's not going to be live for long. Okay. So be looking for Brad Serkin from Pacific Rink when we drop that episode. There will be a discount window. You do not want to miss the window because again, They do not discount, but they're discount. They're going to do a limited run discount for a handful of hours for our listeners.
Yep.
Okay.
So that'll be awesome. So yeah, without a doubt. Anyone that's thinking
3 bags at a time.
So anyone that's that is on the cusp or the verge of getting a new bag, you might want to hold out for a minute, especially if you're thinking of getting a Pacific Rink bag, because we're gonna have an opportunity for you to save some bucks, get a superior quality bag, and it's gonna be great.
What a better way to start the season than with a fresh new Pacific Rink bag.
Hard to imagine anything better.
Right. Walk into a new locker room. You guys that have moved teams, walk into a new locker room with a sick, new, fresh Pacific Rink bag. For you guys that are going back to the same team, go in with a fresh, new Pacific Rink bag, because why not?
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah. And like Scott said, you'll be able to save yourself a couple $, because again, they do not discount. They do not have sales, but they're doing this for us and our listeners.
Yeah. And for anyone that hasn't gone to their website, I know that teams, usually, I don't say usually, but a lot of teams, like part of the equipment package or the gear package includes like a bag with the team's logo. Totally get that that's a thing. But Pacific Rink makes bags in a ton of colors, ton of colors. So if so I would highly encourage anyone to check out their website, just take a look to see if they got your team colors, because if they do, then that's a great option for you.
Yeah, let's be honest. The bag that you're going to get in your gear package from whatever team that you guys are a part of is shit. It's shit. It's shit compared to Pacific Rink's bag.
Okay.
So like Scott said, go buy yourself a Pacific Rink bag. They have all different colors. You can match your club's colors to the Pacific Rink colors.
Yeah. Yep, that's exactly where I was going with that. So check out their website if it's interesting to you, and stay tuned for the episode, get the discount code, and then use it.
Yes. That's right. Should we talk about the other one too that's coming shortly? Are we doing an unboxing first, and then we're going to talk about that?
Oh yeah, let's hold off on that one.
Okay, so we have something else coming for you guys too that's coming shortly, but I need to get home for that first.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, dude. Well, what do you think? Make this one a wrap?
Absolutely, bud. Go check out part 1 of Princeton with Shane Talarico. Oh, actually, you've already actually heard part 1 with Shane Talarico. Because this is
by the time you listen to this.
By the time you listen to this, you will have gone
already
through part
heard.
1. Yes,
and now
make sure to stay tuned.
Get
for
ready
part
for
2.
Yes. All right, that's it, dude.
All right, I'm going to bed.
All right, well, have a good night.
Likewise, buddy.
Enjoy the rest of your vacation. Looking forward to having you back up here, and I'll see you tomorrow for sure.
All right, later, buddy.
All right, dude. Later.
See ya.